No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the American Tier 8 heavy tank, the Captured King Tiger. Now this is a tank that is the same as a Tiger 2, but it's got the 88mm instead of the 105mm, and its DPM is absolutely insane. Now the tank is pretty accurate, it's got reasonable pen, its mobility is the same as the King Tiger, I believe, or the Tiger 2 I should say. It's a very, very nice tank to play. It's one of those that does suffer from being bottom 2 a lot though, because obviously the armour means absolutely jack diddly squat when you see it in tier 9s and 10s. And basically you do have an absolutely blistering rate of fire, but it's generally not that great when you're facing tier 10s, because you've got to stick about more. It means you've got to poke out more to get shots, to get damage, and that means that they will just destroy your pretty mediocre armour very easily, more than often than not. But when this tank is allowed to just work, my goodness me, it's fabulous. When you get tanks let you just drive up to them and absolutely launch into them with the DPM, you can just do so much with it. It's absolutely delightful. So we're on this game in Halluf, and as you can tell, this was from just before they released the green and red update, so we're still playing in orange and blue. I'm not a fan of the orange and blue myself. I much prefer the green and red. It's definitely more comfortable. But yeah, I don't. To be fair, I don't think orange and blue is that bad. I just don't think it. I just think green and red is better, to be honest. My personal opinion. So we've come to this position here, and we are trying to work over the enemy team with the gun as much as possible. We did lock down the Chimera Inferno, but unfortunately for us, he used his repair kit and got away from us. And now we're just trying to find more shots. Unfortunately, the food ran out, so that meant that our gun jerked up in the air for whatever the reason. That glitch is still a thing. We missed him. We unfortunately took a hit from the Earthshaker as well, so without putting money in return, so bad trades. And we're just watching to see if we can get any more shots here. We're being a bit cautious in case they do try and poke round again to pop shots into us, because they've got the type of guns where they will hurt us quite easily. Now the Lurver just decides to drive out sideways on. I have no idea what he was thinking of, but he gave us a free shot into his side, which is always helpful. And like I say, we are just being a little bit cautious. A little bit cautious. Because we don't want to take too many hits, you know. But then it's like, okay, they're starting to take massive hits, right? It's time to go down. Now they've got these tanks over here that are sitting on the corner, and these guys I want to kind of abuse if I can with my amazing DPM. I'm not too fussed about the guys on my left because they're being dealt with. They're probably distracted as well, and I want to get these guys basically. Now, this is where I could try and get them with my blistering rate of fire if I shot properly and not the floor. The IS-3, luckily for me, ends up just tracking me only because he rushes his shot. I managed to pen him. I pen him again. We're just going to keep working these guys over with a great rate of fire. Luckily, again for me, the IS-3 snaps his shot in, only tracks me, which is exactly what we want. And we're just now going to track that guy and keep him there. Then we try and finish him off, but unfortunately the shot just hits the upper plate and bounces. But we loaded a premium round for that one and slammed the shell straight through the upper plate of the IS-3 and wrecked his day. Now there's the medium tanks down here. It's like, okay, I want to go get more damage. I'm only on 1800, and we are pushing, because if I haven't said it already, I might not have done. If you haven't guessed by the title, this is the video for the third mark of excellence in the tank. I didn't say it, did I? What an idiot. Yeah, these are the two games that lead up to achieving the third mark of excellence. So we're on the run up at the minute. We're on a, you know, we're relatively close. So it's like I want all the damage I can possibly get. So we're going to go after these guys. So we've got this King Dragon in front of us. It's like, hello, King Dragon. Just let me destroy you with my DPM. Now, obviously, we get to fire 3 times nearly for that one time that King Dragon fired. It's absolutely delightful. Obviously, the rate of fire is just blistering. It is absolutely fantastic on this tank. I say the accuracy is pretty dang nice as well if you shoot properly and aim properly. Unlike me with some of the shots I had earlier on. And it means you can do a lot as well with the tank. Like, it's one of those tanks that you do rack up damage really, really quickly. And then you come out of a situation and it's like, wait, how did I do like 3k damage? How did I do 4k damage? What happened there? Oh, okay. And you just shot a lot, you know. So we're going after this T20. And the T20 is currently running away. He's now decided that he's going to YOLO down the other way, which is fairly annoying. But he's going to come round on my right hand side. I've only just realised. There we go. And we get a nice shot to finish him off. Now, the other TD is a UDES 03, and we're trying to guess where he is. He could be in our base. He also could be in their cap. Our guy then got shut down behind me, and it's like, okay. I think he's over in their base. It's the only way that that guy could have got shut down. And it's just me and Crow left at this point. It's like, that UDES has just shut that guy down, which means he's got a line of sight over this ravine. So we need to be a bit careful, because obviously he is a UDES. We're going to struggle to spot him a little bit, because he's got great camo. And because he's a UDES as well, he's got an absolutely unbelievable gun. He's got unbelievable pen. He's just going to destroy my armour very easily. So we're looking at this game going, this isn't, you know, this is not exactly a won scenario. We've not exactly won this game yet. Because, as well as that, obviously the UDES has ridiculous speed. I say ridiculous speed, it goes at like 50 kilometers an hour, which is really quick. So, if we decide to go towards his cap to go find him, he could have gone around us really easily, stayed unspotted, and then flown into our cap and started capping, you know. So, this is a bit of a dodgy scenario that we're in. And we are kind of guessing at this point at where he could be, because I'm like, okay, I think he could be in their base. He could probably be on the ridges at the far end at, say, like J8, and he'll just be waiting for us to roll up towards his base. But I've got the most health, so if I go, get spotted, lure him out, we'll be okay. But we're actually driving along and it's like, where is this UDES? He's not been spotted again. We don't know where he is. So it's like, screw it, Crow. Let's go cap. Let's just end this game. Because I'm not going to go chasing after a UDES where we haven't got a clue where he is. And he could quite easily tear us apart if he wanted to and play cat and mouse. And by that point, we'd be running around for 6 minutes and probably not get much done. So me and Crow just decide, yeah, you know, there's time. Let's go sit in the cap it out. If he wants to come and try and reset, great. Then we know where he is, we can get damage. If not, then we win anyway. Because at this point, as much as I want the damage, because I am chasing the third mark, it's like, can we really be bothered for 6 minutes to chase around El Halluf? If it was, say, something like Kaunas or Himmelsdorf, well, maybe not Himmelsdorf, because that's about to defeat the point I'm about to make. If it was somewhere flat, basically, like Kaunas or, say, even Prokhorovka, to be honest, we'd probably go chasing after and go trying to find him. But because it's El Halluf, and you're going to have to, if he's on one side or the other, you're going to have to keep climbing up and down hills consistently. It's going to be a pain in the ass, and it's going to take too much time. So we finished that game with 4 kills, 2.9k damage, 453 assists, so that's what, like 3.5k combined. And that puts us on 93.54. And yeah, that means we're in a good shot of having the third mark at some point soon as well, which is nice. And I think I had a couple of games basically where we hold it a little bit. So we managed to hold the mark up, pump it up, and I think at this point here in this game we're about 93 point... Because I remember it was more... We were more than a percent down, and we ended up on 93.9 or something like that. So, we've got Fisherman's Bay, and this time it's been me by myself, because on that last game we were playing on Swindle's stream, and this one is one after the stream where everyone's gone, and I'm like, you know what, we got close with that Capture King Tiger, let's try and finish it off. So we've got Fisherman's Bay, and it is the dodgy, I say dodgy spawns, they're not really dodgy, but it's the weird spawns. It's the spawns that kind of throw off where people go and what you can do. Because it's not as effective to take the town from our spawn. Because they spawn so much quicker to it, they get to it so much easier. And they also get to the spots to cross-shot our path into the town as well. So it can be a very dodgy process trying to get into that town. So I've come to this position here, and unfortunately we took a hit from a Dragon there in the side. I was kind of sad at that point because we've got clean shots at the guys that have decided to go to the opposite side of the flank to us into that corner. And unfortunately we kept getting tagged in the side, which was kind of annoying. But now we've taken up a safer position over here against this building, and we've got this defender that's just not really concentrating, it doesn't seem. He's looking at where this light tanking is, and he's just sat there happily taking these shots. We've switched to premium because we're not messing about with his lower plate. We're not having those random ass bounces of 205 pen or whatever it is this tank has over that distance, because, you know, this penetration does drop over distance, and if we drop below the 190 mark, we'd probably bounce off his lower plate, and it becomes awkward at that point. So we weren't messing about. And unfortunately, as we pull back there to see if we can shoot anyone coming out of the town, we take a hit in the side from the light tank. Then we take a hit in the side from over there as well. Pain in the backside, literally. And yeah, we're now with only 500 health. But funnily enough, we actually have the perfect place, because we're safe here from everyone else now. But we actually have great shots into the back of these guys, me and this Revelry say, so we can farm them, and this is where the DPM of this tank becomes absolutely crazy and delightful to use. Now, we get unspotted, fortunately enough for me there, so that we're not going to get shot by those guys, but me and this Revelry say kind of stuck. But I don't want to be here. Now that I know my guys are in that corner, I can move out, and this is what I want to do. Now they're in the corner at A3, I can push over to the ridge that's over here, and as long as there's nothing near their base, it's a great ridge to take, because we can go use it, get hull down, and spot anyone that is along this E line. And then that way, all the guys at A23 have shots along this line, and that'll feed me assistance damage, which is exactly what I need as we're pushing for the third mark. Because we're already up to 3k damage, we've got 957 assistance, so we're above what we need for the third mark, which was about 2.7 at the time I did it. And like now, we're up to 4.6k combined. So if I'm starting to think this could be a big game. This could be a big game for the mark. So if I can push the spotting up as much as possible, if I can keep popping shots into these guys and not make a mistake, I can have the third mark in this game quite easily, because I could get it to move up by way over 1%, which, you know, because it's a big game for the tank. Unfortunately, we take a tap in the side from one of the huntsmen there, but they both get shut down and we get more assistance on them. So we're up to 5.5k combined now, which is glorious. That guy gets shut down, which adds some more to it. But now there's a light tank in our cap, and there's this heavy tank, which is the T-32 crossing, and I want to get there to put shots into the side of the T-32, but we get detected just as I'm about to make the move. And like I say, I want to be a bit careful. I don't want to throw away the opportunity that I currently have, so I'm just a bit careful and wait until I get unspotted. But now we're in this position. This T-32 is just drifting across the open, which is great. We get a nice shot into his side. There's also the WZ-111-1 GFT. The T-32 gets unspotted, the GFT gets unspotted, sadly enough. And our opportunity to farm those guys as they cross is now gone, which is kind of annoying, but that's what happens when the light tank and the heavy tank in that corner are brawling. But we do know there's a Dragon down here somewhere, and again, I'm a one-shot for the Dragon, so I'm just being a little bit cautious not to just sort of overextend and then get found by him, He does actually find me, and I auto-aim a shot at him, but unfortunately for me, he is just below the ridgeline. We can actually only see his turret. So the auto-aim shot that goes into the centre mass of his tank misses. Now we push over, and this RKV-90B that's been sat in their base is trying to pop shots at us. We get a nice shot into him. We try and pop a shot at him blind. We don't quite hit him. And now we are going to push round this way, because we're going to try and avoid the Dragon and the IKV shooting us from the left. But again, I want to push my damage as much as possible. That T-32 is going to die to my guys in the base. And I'm kind of sort of anticipating him dying and being able to spot this Dragon and the IKV in case my guys can shoot them. So now he's gone. We know where those two are. Now I'm kind of expecting the IKV to still be camping in their cap, because he was camping over there in the bushes, and I kind of expected him to still be over there, which would be, you know, kind of bad for me, because he would be able to shoot me in the side, and that's why I'm trying to keep myself covered on the left using this building. But then all of a sudden he pops up and it's like, oh god, there's an IKV there. I didn't expect that. And we get a nice juicy shot into him there. Unfortunately the IKV tags us. The Dragon is trying to pop a shot at us, and he somehow finishes us off. And I think he was firing Hesh. I think that's the only way he could have actually penned me there, is the fact that he was firing Hesh and he splashed me to death, because the IKV hit me. That meant that we had like very low health. But we ended up finishing that game with 4.1k damage, 2k assistance, which is 6.1k combined, which is fantastic for this tank. And that ended up going way over 1% and giving us the 3rd mark of excellence for the Capture King Tiger, which is a thoroughly fantastic tank when it's top tier. It's great, it's a lot of fun, the DPM is insane, but when it gets to the bottom tier regions, it really can be a pain to play, just because of the lack of alpha. So as always everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!